Transition Awareness Breathing. Feeling grounded for both children and parents is essential for healthy living and learning. Join Eartha Powell on this series for tips and tools for creating a harmonious environment for learning. Transition Awareness Breathing will help you and your child find an individualized path to tackle change, promote lifelong learning, and discover new approaches to calmness.
Well, today I have something new for us to practice. Today we're going to do an exercise. Welcome to Transition Awareness Breathing Podcast. This is Eartha. So, as I started off to say, today we're going to do some practicing. It's kind of like a listening exercise. It's called mindful hearing. But before we get started, I'd like to thank Web Talk Radio for allowing me to bring Transition Awareness Breathing Podcast to you. And I'd like to thank my producers, Mary Lou and Sam, for making Transition Awareness Breathing Podcast available to you wherever you are at. Now, let's get started. So, this is the purpose of this exercise. It is really focused on helping build concentration and awareness of what you're listening to. So we're going to start off. We're going to hear a few sounds. Now, the sounds are going to be water related. You may hear some birds in the background, some waves. Now, as you're listening to the waves and the birds and the music, I just want you to find a focal point in your room, okay, anything, or wherever you're at, and just focus and breathe. You don't have to count. I want you to just breathe and kind of go with the waves, breathing in and blowing it away, and just imagine you're with the waves and you're breathing in and you're blowing out, and you're watching that focal point, whatever you have chosen. And as you're listening, and as you're breathing in and breathing out, there's going to be an odd sound somewhere. I'm going to put a really weird sound. Your mission is to ignore that sound and keep your rhythm of breathing. Are you ready? Okay, good luck. And I'm going to play it now. And so just keep on breathing. Okay, we are back. So how many distracting sounds did you pick up? Did you notice them? There were a few. I'm trying to think, should I let you know what the distracting sounds were? They were pretty, one was pretty obvious, I think. So how many did you pick up? Maybe write it down in your journal? We're going to do another one, but in this exercise, what I would like for you to do is, if you have someone there with you, share what it was like for you. What did you feel? What sensations did you experience when the distracting sounds came in? Were you able to get into the rhythm of a breathing pattern? And when you heard the distracting sounds, what did that do to your breathing pattern? How did it make you feel? So either discuss that with your friend or whoever, maybe you have someone there, or write it down in a journal or a piece of paper and kind of compare, because I will do another one. I'll play another little sound bite and put a few different distracting sounds in there. And think of what you can do. Like when we are trying to build our focus and our concentration, in mindfulness, what we're want to do is to tell those distracting thoughts or distracting sensations we say not now, and we tell them to, I'm not going to deal with you right now. You just talk to them. I'm not going to deal with you right now. Not now. So I'm going to give you another opportunity, and I'll play another sound bite, and I will put some more distracting sounds in there that may cause you to have some distracting thoughts. But what I would like for you to do now is, when you hear those distracting sounds, to talk to those distracting sounds and say not now, or just tell it to stop, and then get back on track with your rhythm of breathing. Okay? All right. You're doing a good job. Okay, here we go. And we are back. End of that exercise. So I put different sounds in that little piece, how did that cause any distractions for you? Did it cause any distractions for you? The sounds were different. Discuss them with your friend or your partner right there, or write it in your journal. Did the distracting sounds in the second exercise, did you find them distracting, or did they add to the ambiance of the relaxation, breathing, and the focusing? I found myself sometimes when I'm trying to block out distractions, sometimes they just become part of my term is the wallpaper of the environment. I don't even pay any attention to it, and some distractions. And a lot of times people have to bring things to my attention. I think that's the nurse part of me, because sometimes you have to be so focused, but my students would bring that to my attention many times. But I'm curious, how did those distractions in the second piece compare with the distractions in the first exercise? And write that down and discuss it with your friends or your partner there. You know, we're in a season when we talked about music and things like that, and sometimes going into a store or going out, you really have to be focused and increase your concentration if you really want to go in and come out of the store with what you had intended to. Oftentimes during this season, you have on your list, or anytime your list, you want to go in for one thing and you come out with 10 items. Well, try to see if you can build your concentration with these couple of exercises and if it makes a difference. I thought this would be kind of fun to share these different exercises. I'm going to be working with my students this week on some similar exercises, so I thought I would share them with you. Thank you so much. Please feel welcome to play this episode over and over again, and maybe facilitate your own little group. And remember, find a focal point in your area, in your room, and then listen to the music, and then pick out the different sounds, and then discuss what sounds are distracting, and how did those distracting sounds make you feel, what sensations that they cause in your physical body or in your concentration. And those things you can discuss. Okay, well, that is it for today, and I really appreciate you joining with me. I'll come up with some more of these exercises. A lot of times I work with my students with this, and sometimes they're visual exercises, and I wanted to adapt this visual exercise into a listening exercise. So I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful week, and I look forward to talking to you again next time. Thank you for joining me in Transition Awareness Breathing Podcast. Have a great week.
Be sure and pick up a copy of Eartha's new book, Tab Mindfulness, Awareness and Coloring Activities in a Pandemic World. It's not just an ordinary coloring book. It features 23 illustrations to stimulate thought, relaxation, and creativity for anyone between the ages of 4 and 94. Increase your positive self-talk energy. Unlock new creative paths. Transform your time once or twice a week to create beautiful art while strengthening confidence, building positive self-talk, and sensitize self-awareness. Tab Mindfulness, Awareness and Coloring Activities in a Pandemic World. It's available now at Amazon.com.